I haven't screened it. Looking forward to screening it. Saw the trailer. So what's the inspiration behind this film?
It really comes from personal experience, going to a rodeo and feeling like, oh, I see a horror idea lurking in the backwoods here, and it just sort of came from that.
Now, the actors, do they need to go through horse riding requirement kind of training?
No, and the funny thing is, one of the actors, Todd Myers, he took before he even got the script, he took horseback riding lessons, and then he didn't need to ride a horse for his part, so that was kind of funny that he did do that and didn't need to.
So this is a horror thriller, correct?
Yes, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Now, talk a bit about casting, those vibrant actors.
Well, the one thing that was really fun about the casting was there's so many seniors, which is sort of abnormal, I would say, in a lot of movies, and especially horror movies, and they're really heroic. So that, for me, was one of the funnest things, was casting all the seniors and going from that. And then, of course, Sean and Andrew and all that stuff, was great as well.
What were the joys and the challenges of writing this story?
Well, the joy was just, Evan had a pretty particular vision about what he wanted. And at first I was like, are you really sure that's what you want? And when he convinced me that that's what he wanted, what was cool about it is I was just sort of able to really just go with the kills and the situations and the horror and the kind of cool sort of Cocoon meets Friday the 13th element of it was a lot of fun. So,
do you have horse riding or ranching background yourself?
No. Other than that, I used to live next to like a horse field when I was a kid, and we fed them, and one of them bit me. That's about it.
Well, yeah. So, what were some of your research into this?
I watched.
Watch it off rodeo?
Yeah, I watched a bit of rodeo. Watched a little bit of cowboy. I brushed up on a lot of the cowboy genre things, and I also brushed up on some of the classic horror films. Like I rechecked Friday the 13th, Halloween, because that if you notice, there's a lot of the seniors. There's like the jock one, the kind of the loose one, the stoner one, the dork one, and so we kind of took that template and use them as senior citizens. So that was one of the fun twists of the film.
Before I let you go, for my fans who are aspiring filmmakers and screenwriters out there, what's your advice to them?
I would say just keep on writing. Like never quit. There's been many, many times I was like, why am I doing this? Does anyone care? But I just knew that it was who I was, and I had a voice and something I wanted to say. And if you keep writing, you're going to get better every time you do it, and eventually you'll get a break.
Stephen, congratulations on Lasso.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see it. This will be the first time I see the whole thing.
All right. So when you first read the script, what was your reaction?
This is going to be fun.
Were you always a fan of horror thriller?
Well, I am a big fan of anything sci-fi, anything horror, and anything Western. Yeah. And this combines the Western and the horror.
Yeah, it's quite the mix, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a surprising mix,
Working with the fellows, a bunch of senior citizens, what were some of the joys that come with that?
It was funny. We got along very well. We enjoyed each other's company. And this was an interesting film, even if you weren't on camera. It was interesting to watch. So a lot of times we were just happy to sit there and watch what was going on.
Well, did you have horse riding or ranching background yourself?
I owned a horse for 18 years.
Oh, so you don't have no problem with that aspect of the film?
They didn't want any old people on horses, but but I was really just happy to be there and be around the animals, and the whole thing was a pleasure. Evan is wonderful to work with.
All right, before I let you go, I gotta ask, what's your favorite horror thriller movie of all time? Horror movie? You have a favorite?
Wow. Yeah, Day of the Triffids.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You're young.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Heather, congratulations on Lasso.
Thank you so much.
For my fans, what is your character? What do you play in this film?
So my name is Roisin in the film. I'm a rodeo queen. So I ride horses. I like to get dirty, but I'm a princess at the same time. And I like to get my way. So Roisin is like, don't mess with me.
Now, did you have horse riding or ranching background to help you with this?
I went horseback riding when I was like 4, and that's pretty much it. And I was crying by the end of it. So it was surprising that this kind of came all full circle in an interesting way. But to get ready for it, I actually went horseback riding in Northern California. But doing the film itself, I actually didn't have to ride a horse. It was my stunt double that did all the acrobats with the horse.
What about rodeo queen? Did you shadow any actual rodeo queen out there?
That was a little hard to find. I definitely stalked every rodeo queen I could on YouTube. YouTube is a great tool I use. So I was like, okay, she waves that way, she smiles that way. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Her hair is this big. So that was a good tool.
So what makes this horror thriller different from any other horror thriller movies you've seen?
Well, it focuses a lot on elderly, and that is not too popular with horror films, which I really like. It also has, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of horror films that have a ton of gore, but this film is just, it'll definitely keep you on your toes the entire time. So,
Did you get to act alongside one of my favorite actors, Sean Patrick Flanery?
yeah, so the cast gets separated, and so I was with him and Andrew Jacobs for most of my shoots. So he was awesome. He's a great actor. He's such a good person. He's so chill and relaxed. So it helped everyone else chill out and relax. So it was great.
You've seen Boondock Saints, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Love it.
It's a classic, right? Right? But I mean, when I came into working with him, I didn't really check the cast or anything. So I wasn't, until I really realized it was him, I didn't really freak out until I was like, oh my God, it's you. I got to keep my cool.
Before I let you go, fun question. What's your plan for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm going to go to my twin sister's house. She just had a little baby. So I'm going to go make some desserts. Even though I'm not a good baker, I'm going to try to make some desserts and spend it with her and her husband.
What's the key to being a good auntie?
A lot of crazy faces and a lot of crazy noises. Yeah, and strength, so you can help them move.
I think you got that down.
Thank you. I was a dancer, so thank you.
All right, congratulations on Lasso.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
Very good. Well, looking forward to it, yes. I was told that you are the man in the poster.
That's right. I'm the Dark Rider.
Can you talk a bit about the creation of that poster? How was that like?
It was great. It was a wonderful horse to work with, great crew. It's an amazing job where you just get to ride around, cracking the whip, killing people. So it's a perfect role for me. Not too much talking, a lot of killing.
How skilled are you in riding horses and whipping lassos?
Well, I've been riding horses since I was young. I grew up in southern Arizona. And then once I got into stunts, I did a horse stunt show in Paris, France.
Wow.
So that was for 3 years. So pretty extensive horse work. And then I picked up the whip about 5 years ago. An old stunt guy named Billy Brown started showing me. And so I was very fortunate to have him as a mentor.
That is fantastic. So what is it about this movie that stands out compared to other horror thrillers?
One of the things when I first read my part of the script was there's a little bit of comedy. There's definitely the frightening bit of it. There's the murder, the scary, but there's a little bit of fun to it, and that's enjoyable as a movie. I like to be scared, but I also like to laugh. And hopefully, this has a little bit of both.
Now talk a bit about working with the co-stars, including one of my favorite actors, Sean Patrick Flanery.
Yeah, there's a scene which I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but it's one I'm really looking forward to. I get to work with him. He's an amazing guy. I worked with him years ago on the movie called Powder. I think this was in '97, so it was really nice to kind of work with him again. Amazing human being, good author, by the way. So yeah, it's just so nice to work with guys who are very physical. He's a big Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. So when it comes to doing stunts, he's an actor, but he's also very capable stunt-wise. So it just makes it so much easier for the stunt team.
All right, before I let you go, last question. I'm a big fan of stunt work. Do you think that the Oscars should have a category for stunt?
I absolutely do. If you look at Hal Needham, if anyone's going to win one, he should have won one. Giving away Oscars now, I think first thing we need to do is posthumously give Oscars to some of the great coordinators that got us to where we are. Hal Needham being one of them. He got the Lifetime Achievement Award, but I think the first step is awarding it to those in our past, the some men and women who got us here today when there weren't CGI and there wasn't amazing technology as far as wire work. We should give them the Oscars first, and then we can start rewarding the current coordinators.
That's very mighty big of you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Travis, congratulations on Lasso.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now, I saw the trailer. Looking forward to screening it. For my fans, what do you play? What's your character?
I play Brodeo. I'm basically a sadistic psycho cowboy who kills a bunch of people.
You don't look that sadistic.
I know, that's what I'm saying, right? That's the
lovable
best part, right?
So how fun was it playing this character?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing because kind of just like what you said, I always play nice guy roles and stuff, and it was really nice to tap into some of the darker stuff in my past and really bring that out for this character.
Now, did you have any horse riding or ranching background to prepare you for this?
A little bit, yes. More stunts than anything. I've done a lot of stunts. Yeah, and I had some horseback riding experience and just acting more than anything. I'm an actor first and then a stunt person second.
Do you think this is gonna do to rodeo what Jaws did to swimming in the ocean?
I hope not, because rodeos are pretty fun. But you know, I think it might put a dent in it, just a little one.
Elaine, congratulations on Lasso.
Thank you.
So I was told that you were one of the producers here.
I was, yes.
What is it about Evan's story that made you want to be involved with this project?
You know, Evan and I have been working together for almost a decade now, so kind of whatever he does, I go along with him and I help him get it done. So yeah, we've had a really long working relationship, and this was something he came up with a few years ago. He went to a rodeo, he called me, he said, rodeos are super creepy, I think I want to make a movie about it. And I was like, that's an amazing idea. So that's kind of where it came from, yeah.
So having worked with him all these years, what do you think made him a very unique storyteller or filmmaker?
You know, I think the thing, you know, I've worked with a lot of directors, and the thing that kind of stands out with Evan is he is willing to get down and dirty with the actor. So, like, no matter, you know, if you're rolling in the dirt, if you're covered in blood, whatever, like, Evan will get down and lie in the dirt, roll around, and he is not, you know, if he's willing to do it, he expects the actors to be willing to do it. He actually had these white pants that he wore every single day of production, and by the end, they were white. They're the grossest things you've ever seen. But you know that he is there for his cast. He's there for his crew, and he really, you know, he cares a lot, and he's not willing to ask anybody something he's not willing to do, which I think is a really rare thing in this industry, that he's willing to get down and dirty.
Woo. Bro, we were just admiring how good you look tonight, brother.
Oh man, that's such an honor. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice compliment. You look good yourself.
I appreciate it.
I like the purple standing out.
Yep, overdressed a little bit, but it's okay. So, congratulations on Lasso.
Thank you.
For my fans, what's your character? What do you play in this film?
I'm Simon. Simon is one of the leads. His character is kind of a standoffish, doesn't really care about anything or the people around him in the beginning. And as the story goes on, you end up finding out he's really not the bravest either. And he just puts on this front. And as it gets scary and darker, he ends up finding somebody who's like a mentor to him and ends up becoming somewhat of a hero.
I gotta ask, what was it like working with one of my favorite actors of all time, Sean Patrick Flanery?
Oh, he's dope, man. Such good energy. He's his own character, you know?
Yeah.
So when he walks in a room, you know, he lets everybody know, like, hey, I'm here. And he was great. He always made everybody laugh. It was an honor.
Do you have horse riding background, or have you always been?
No, that was the first time I actually even stood next to a horse.
Wow.
First time I rode a horse. And
What was that like?
I've been wanting to do it ever since. It hurt, but it was actually fun. Like, I mean, at least I thought I was good at it. But I want to do it again. I haven't had the chance, but I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, it looks like a scary movie. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. You're going to love it. I hope so. Yeah,
Before
get
I let
ready.
you go, what's your plan for Thanksgiving?
Eating, being with family and friends.
And still looks good at the end.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew. Congratulations.